Big brother, it's big brother, it's my brother, it's your brother, it's our brother, it's his brother, it's her brother, it's their brother. On past the gravy, bro.
What's going on, gang? It's Past the Gravy, bro. And it is just Alex and Emma holding things down tonight for our Week 7 Veto episode recap. It's also our final Wednesday recap of the season because I think Survivor's starting next week. That's what it may look like. And then they will be doing Tuesday, Thursday episodes going forward for the remainder of the season, which means that's good for me because I can do Tuesdays. So
yeah.
Tuesdays are going to be a little bit easier. Allison.
Just a goodbye, ladies night.
First person I think I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I miss Houston traffic. Allison
Said
is
no
stuck
one
on her
ever.
way home from a very long day of work. Everybody, T's and P's to
Yes.
Allison. What's up, Bean? What's going on, Thomas?
Evening.
What's going on, Todd? In the chat. Don't forget, if you're listening to us, you can watch us live after each and every episode of Big Brother for the remainder of the season.
Rain or shine.
Rain or shine, because inside it does not.
Midnight
doesn't
or
rain.
dawn.
Does not rain. But yeah, Miss Allison, we do miss Allison, and we hate traffic, and so let's stand together against traffic.
Yes.
For Allison's sake. Today's episode, fun comp. I liked the idea of the comp.
A lot of feet.
Yeah, I just liked that it was football. That's really what I noticed about it.
If anyone was wondering, Alex's name in my phone is Alex Football Emoji. That's how important it is to him.
She's missing the last. Allison's missing the last latest. I mean, it's possible.
Nice.
I don't know what the Giants' schedule's like, but it's possible that you don't make it. Let's not rule anything out. We denounce traffic. Yes, traffic denounced. This is the number one anti-traffic podcast on planet Earth.
Absolutely.
All right. Moving on, though. I did not hate the football comp just because it was football. I thought it was creative. I'm always every.
And you got a thing for feet. Just say it.
I don't
just
have a thing for feet. I don't have a thing for feet.
Sweaty feet. Excuse me.
That's water. It was
Sweaty.
just.
No, it had to be some kind of slippery liquid. Yes. Hashtag justice for
Allison traffic. Yes. It did not look like it would be as slippery as it was.
It had to be because it had to shoot and then they had to slide.
But it looked like it was turf, but I can tell it was obviously not turf because was it turf?
Because it was soaking wet.
Right, but that just looked like it could have been floor that just it was.
No, I think it was turf, and I think it was soaking wet with like baby oil kind of liquid.
Yeah. Okay.
They had to slide. I mean, I don't know if turf is like super slippery when wet, but they kept saying like this sweat mixture.
Well, they had to say sweat because it's water or whatever.
Yeah, but mixture.
But the baby oil was probably there. It was hilarious.
Kenny says it was plastic.
It was plastic. It looked like it was maybe like that, like yoga mat-y type floor, but like even if that gets wet enough,
material.
Yeah.
So yeah, the big question is, does this replace the slip and slide comp?
Allison had texted us that. I said
they did give him clown shoes.
Hope not, but I do feel like that's the way it made it seem like.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Because I also feel like Black Box could be canceled out for Pressure Cooker because it was technically dark and
scary neighborhood they had to go to.
Rumor has it though tomorrow Scaryverse comes back, or maybe next week, because to them.
No, they said it was the scariest double eviction we'll ever see.
Okay.
Which, like, save it for Halloween.
Right, like for a season that's gonna go with Halloween.
41 days until Halloween.
I don't want to like shit on Big Brother because I love Big Brother, but like it is going to go almost as long as like a regular football season.
Yeah, he's really upset.
I was like, I mean, I know it's halfway, and my dumb brain just didn't calculate it yet. But I was like, we have week 7 right now. Usually it goes like week 12, week 15.
Wouldn't it be wild? World, if that's how you lived your life, was just counting the weeks of football?
That's how I live my life.
I know. Like you never, like as an adult, you start seeing years from January to December instead of August to May. You don't do that. You just
I don't
see
know.
it.
It's like football season and not football season.
To February.
Yeah,
Yes.
Bean says, "Are we also streaming on
Fingers
Facebook?" Yeah,
crossed,
just
we
go
did it
search
right.
Past the Gravy Bro. We did. I did share it, so as far as I know, we are.
You gonna go stalk us on Facebook, Bean?
Allison said that on the comp tonight, it looked like they were at bounce house. It kind of did, but we got some great wipeouts. Like I feel like
And,
for the safety and the
wet
nice
shots to the face.
Yeah, wet shot. Which like
I didn't say it.
I tweeted it
but
out
my
with
mom's here.
I tweeted out with the episode post, but like definitely nobody go Photoshop anything on the photo that I posted of Jag filling his helmet up. Definitely nobody go do that because it wouldn't be appropriate.
No.
Would not be appropriate.
Oh yeah, you should be.
I should be in drag for the
Ladies'
final ladies night. I just wouldn't do it justice, you know. I'm no RuPaul's
No,
Drag
you
Race
would make a beautiful
contestant.
lady.
Maybe just put the filter on me, Polly. Excuse me. Put the filter on me, and then just make it like look like I'm a chick. But I'd probably just look like Emma.
Yeah.
At this point, Emma said we look very sibling today. I don't like it when people tell me I look like I'm siblings with my wife.
It's because we don't have the same eyes.
He said Bean said he can't see Facebook comments and he does not have a Facebook account. Kenya's a Facebook comment. Todd's a Facebook comment. Ashley's a Facebook comment. And Thomas is a Facebook comment. So hopefully that
I just tried
fixed
to
it.
find Allison on Facebook. Do you not have a Facebook, Allison?
You can't say things. Oh, she does. She can't give her real name because she's a teacher.
Oh, we aren't friends. I don't think we need to be friends.
Yeah. Just listen to that. So, all right, Emma, you got Alice on the brain right there. But Emma, walk us through tonight's episode.
Okay, so the first half was just a lot of nothing. We have them kind of being like talking about who's gonna pick who for the veto, and then Jared talks to everybody. I'm gonna be okay. Hear me out. Jared, the way he speaks, his cadence, his tone. Don't listen to the words. Oh yeah, Bean agrees.
We've heard it
We're
enough,
siblings.
but we're not.
They used to call us the Wonder Twins.
When we got married, we had to prove that we were not.
I don't know if they ask
related.
everybody that, but they definitely asked, "Are you related?" And we looked at
At least we know what our
each
kid will
other,
look like,
we're
probably.
No, I don't know. Maybe our genes are too close.
All right,
Might
sorry.
be a sticky situation.
No.
We'll love it either way. Jared talks like he is a very proud older sibling who helps his mom do chores. He's like, yes, so my plan, I don't even know how to describe it, but when you hear him talk, remember that and come back and report tomorrow.
I get it.
Right? It's always like, these are the things I'm doing. Look at me.
When actually, like a lot of them is not even him doing it. It's like him saying he's doing stuff.
Yeah, but he's like also just so fiercely protective of his mom, which is sweet, but really annoying all at the same time. Because I can't understand how people don't see it in the house.
I don't know.
Like Felicia kind of was like, yeah, he said he was going to use the veto, but he was very scared about Sari going up, so he chose not to use it. I can't trust him. But like, they need to be looking outside of the box. Yes, thank you, Todd Boss. And see, like, dig deep. Like, they're not asking why. They're just upset that it happened. Like, oh, he didn't use the veto on me. He must just trust her more. But no, why would he trust her more when Felicia has talked to him about final twos and like confided him in, and he's still, and like people probably see him together, but not like we see him together.
Yeah. No, I get that. And
So I can see how they don't know, but also like ask yourself why.
Like, was it Sunday night when he had the HOH and he had her up for like whatever the ice cream was that she liked, and he's like, "Look, I'm gonna be real with you," and like, he's like trying to like tell all this stuff, but just like Jared hears only what he wants to hear, and it wasn't shown as much on tonight's show as it has just been apparent on the feeds, where like you hear him just have these conversations, like, all right, well, like 75% of that was a lie. I'm not really sure what you're building this lie for, but the people you're talking to already have kind of clocked you and your mom and realized y'all are sort of working together.
This comment, Kenya, could go for us or for Jared and Sari.
It could. No, like just the cheeks.
She says
the
they are identical.
cheekbones.
How do you not know that they are related? Yeah.
The cheek structure. I feel like week 2, like if Davon was in this house, they would have been fucking clocked.
Yeah.
2 seconds in. She's like, you and you. What's up with y'all? What's up with you?
And like they both have the same kind of swagger.
They talk in the same cadence.
I didn't mean to stutter swagger. I wanted to say swag, but I knew it was swagger. But yeah, they talk and they just have like the same kind of bro chill vibe. Also, the amount of times Jared called Blue bro while they were arguing.
Look, bro, like no joke, bro.
Would have
like,
taken my water and splashed
bro,
in your face.
At least is bro better than female? Look, female. Hey, female. What's up, female?
I didn't read that comment, but
No,
I'm glad
that was
we're on
great.
the same page, same time.
Thomas has really good, like, just
Takes.
his text impressions of people are really great.
And then the calm down, bro. And then Blue saying Jared's response is literally so made me crack up.
Emma, I was doing some work on my other pod.
So hard.
Emma just like shrieked laugh. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. And I was like, did she just say it's so?
I love learning Gen Z slang.
It's not kitty
so much, yeah.
At all the way.
Not very kitty
I'll tell you that much. Babe. It's true. On our
yeah, I would rather not it be a babe couple.
on the other podcast they do Pass the Gravy, which you should check out if you don't know what that is. That's our joke is we're always like, babe, come on, babe. It's fine. It's always some toxic thing you're about to do when you say that.
And babe people find each other.
They do. And Emma and I like to
We're not babe people.
But we love recognizing that somebody's a babe couple when we hang out with them. And like there's just like a you heard they both said babe? Okay. Sometimes it's a one-sider.
Yeah.
But then there's the babe. Babe, is that okay? Yeah, babe. No problem, babe.
But babe after everything.
Babe, hey, babe.
Fries, babe? Babe,
hey, babe.
can you hear me that?
We're going to place an order, babe. Did you want an order, babe? Babe, did you want an order?
There was a time where I yelled, babe, and then you came, and I was like, you followed babe? And I was
when
offended.
you shout, I just follow you. That's how it works.
Also, yes, Kenya says it's Pooh according to Blue. I want everyone to know that Jared is a rapper. His name is Pooh Bear, I think. Look him up. And they have never called him Pooh on the show, and they had to.
He's so famous, probably.
Someone had to call. I think it was Jag and his DR had to be like, Jared Pooh, like said it real like nonchalant, and then like the way Blue had to describe Pooh to everyone, like while they were talking in the little powwow when they were deciding which side they were gonna go to. She said Pooh and not Jared, and I'm Pooh Bear. Yes, Google it.
We should call him Mr. Muffin Hands.
Mr. Muffin Hands would be great. I think it's Pooh Bear, or maybe it is just Pooh.
Nobody's ever heard the name Pooh Bear yet. Like, I think it's hilarious if we were like, it's Lil Snitch, and it's like, okay, that's cool, but it's like Lil Bear, and it's like, no one's ever gone by Lil Bear.
Lil something.
Lil Boy. Oh, okay, that seems like you didn't have any idea for a name.
I will say this: when I was in the 5th grade, which was 2001, I created my first AOL Instant Message screen name, and it was Lil Bit Lawler.
Ooh, I like that.
And I was the first Lil, so I started the whole thing. Except maybe Lil Kim was around the same time.
Lil Kim was definitely around there. Bean says, quiz, what does Riz mean? Riz is like if you rizzed up somebody. Like I rizzed up Emma in college.
I thought it means like you got game, you got smart.
Well, you can have
you
riz,
can either riz
but
someone
you can
up
riz
and you
you
can
up.
have it, yeah.
I can riz you up, which means I like flirted you up. You're like, damn, I want that.
Yeah, Allison says that Pooh Bear's not trademark anymore.
It's not trademark.
No, it's
over. Trademark.
It's over 100 years old.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you should definitely like the birthday song should definitely be his name then, because that's not trademarked either.
Should be formerly known as Jared. Oh, that makes me happy, Todd Boss.
Riz's flirt game.
Okay.
All right, I'm sorry. I feel like we're just jumping around. We were like
Riz's charisma. Oh, charisma. That's where it stems from. Allison with the educational literature.
Allison does teach the youth.
She does
teach the
Chunky
youth.
Monk. No, what was it?
Emma just thinks it was an Anthony Rizzo thing. She's obsessed with him.
Yeah. That wasn't a comment I was looking for.
In 2001, I was already teaching. Ashley was teaching on 9/11.
Oh, well, that makes me feel good because the kids I work with are all way younger than me, all born after 9/11, and I have to educate these children on who Britney Spears is.
All right, but I feel like we've not really done a great job recapping the episode. Emma's done a fantastic job. I've just kind of derailed it. It was one of those where it was like open shut. I feel like we knew it was going to happen the whole time, and like I think
the staples were Blue and Jared falling apart. Her, and it makes me like Blue even more. Like she's like, yeah, I'm going to keep him in my pocket, but like, how dare he hurts me. His response was literal.
So ass. It was
That's
so
so hard.
ass.
And then we got Nicole and Felicia segment. I don't think that's gonna equate to anything.
Nicole playing the game, mate.
yeah,
No, she's not.
I think they
She's gonna
want-
pretend she's playing the game. She's not gonna do it.
I think they just want to bring her onto the show more and more. But
I'll do my Nicole impression of her in the storage room. I don't think they showed that. She had the orange and she was trying to talk and she kept going off and then she lost her orange and then like everybody kept walking in as she's trying to talk to the cameras about what she wants to do.
Is this part of the spoilers? What she's talking about?
Doesn't really have anything to do
Okay.
with.
Because I know that
It's
she
a
cam
spoiler.
talked and there's something because I read that because of Allison's feed updates. And then we get the Jag, Matt, and Blue. Like I feel like we've created voting blocks. Like they're a block, Comerica. We have the mom and son, and then we have Bowie, Jane, and Cam, which Cam might be out the door. I don't know exactly. I wish we had Allison here to break that down. But and then that's it. So I feel like we have the blocks now. And so Jag, Matt, and Blue have also decided, but it makes me feel bad because they had this conversation. The three of them together were like, which way do we go? What do we do? They weighed out the options. And then the next segment is just Matt and Jag. And I know they're each other's boys and it's like 1 and 2, but like they also are going to just decide what to do without Blue, even though they're going to entertain the idea.
Blue is just like the showmances hurt you so much.
But she said,
right.
Whatever you do, it's not with me and him. It's just me. Whatever you need me for is just me. And she gets it. And I think
that's also exactly what you would say if you were still feeding somebody information. I don't think she is.
But she openly said, and you should never say it. She said, I'm only going to tell Pooh a handful of things. Which is honest because like when you're in that game, you're like, yeah, of course I'm going to have to tell him
because
stuff.
he had done that to her.
But I'm not going to tell him all the stuff. I'm yours, not his.
Right. I just think that like the problem with Blue is that so many people feel like she's still just going to tell Jared anything. Even if she doesn't, it's the like Cameron Red factor where like, but they're going to make up eventually, right? And when they make up eventually, she's going to tell him all the stuff that she's just heard from us and we've already kind of burned ourselves. So we just got to get Jared out at this point. And I think that's why he's going to be such a big target in the double tomorrow.
Yeah, which I think that we'll get out and hopefully they trust Blue a little bit more after that and really get to keep her in because I'm learning so much from Blue.
Showmance can hurt or help. It helped Jackson Mickey, for example, is what Bean says. I agree, but like Jackson would have won that on his own. I think.
Statistically, it hurts. Like Jordan from Jeff and Jordan got to win.
Right.
Helped. Rachel won the second time.
But had nothing to do
But only because she came in with the guy already.
But I think that Jackson would have won regardless if Holly was there or not. Jackson steamrolled everybody just with competition wins and just dominated.
Jackson got to check off so many Big Brother bucket list items.
Yeah, he did.
Some of them twice.
Good for him.
No.
Good. I mean, hey,
No.
hey,
No.
Good for him. Eating while I have not getting a vote.
Yeah.
Remember that? That was a cool thing to check off.
Like cheated. The system was a pet.
I did not drink. No, I did not. Where is that? I just drink moonshine out of the bottle. This is a water bottle.
But it's Whataburger water bottle.
Whataburger.
It's a water bottle.
It's a Whataburger bottle.
So it's called Whataburger, if anyone's wondering. Not Whataburger.
Todd says, I think Cameron knows where he's at in the game and is trying to play it to his own benefit, but it's not going to work. If he could convince someone that he wouldn't win in a final 2 or 3, it's possible, but it isn't likely. Yeah, I mean, and we kind of saw that in tonight's episode is Cameron just basically like, use me, hire me. I will work for you. I'll do whatever you need. I will do all of this. And like, that's what we...
Soft talk is really coming in handy for the boys.
Yeah.
Boys might fall for it. Girls
but like
that's ick.
That's kind of what you want to do though in that spot where you're like, dude, like I don't have that much left, but like then you also kind of put yourself against it where then everybody's like, well, he's almost out, right? Like he's almost out. So then you know that like no one's gonna feel bad putting you up because you already kind of said like, I don't want to move it out, but like let me help you out a little bit. Allison weighs in on the showmances and she says statistically it's better for the girl.
Elaborate.
I feel
Well,
like
I guess I just said it. 2 girl winners.
yeah.
Because the boys are always like seen as the threat, and the girl is the toad that they bring along.
Right, but it doesn't look like you bring a toad along if it's your girl too. So you're like, well, I mean, she's not a goat that I just dragged
but
along.
think
It's
about,
like, but
like,
like she
Holly.
is. She's just your date.
Right, like everyone was like, "Oh, it doesn't matter, it's Holly."
Right, and I mean that was kind of the same thing. I was like, well, but like it's not just a goat; it's just Holly. He's dating her, so we had to bring her.
Yeah, but I guess like statistically, the boy gets voted out first because then they're like, "Oh, the girl, she's so malleable, she's so gullible. We could just pull her in and do whatever."
Speaking of the girls, Thomas wants to know why we haven't talked about America getting horny. Well, I mean, it's kind of romantic.
Yeah, that's true. I guess that's how it started.
It's kind of romantic being on the block with Corey.
I just wrote, America's kind of crazy. She's got a kink in her. She definitely reads romance novels. Am I right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Love it though. Talk dirty to me, Corey. Tell me about a
Boys
flip.
are meat shields. Is what Allison says.
I pictured I'm not gonna say it.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
A meat shield.
There you go. You pictured a penis. You pictured a penis.
No
All right.
pun intended. Puns are always intended here.
So we had the veto draw at one point, and the veto draw had some controversy. I felt like I saw on the interwebs this weekend because
First and foremost, we had to deal with Bowie Jane, like
BFJ,
because she was in the comp.
who I don't know if you guys pay attention every Tuesday we post the current odds to win Big Brother 25. Bowie Jane. Bring up the bottom of the pack. I'm trying to see if I can.
It's not a knife.
It's not a knife. She is currently plus 6,500 to win, which means if you put $100 down, you'd win $6,500. On top of that, if you bet Bowie Jane, as she's got the worst odds remaining, as opposed to Serena.
Even Cameron.
Cameron's won some stuff. So
but he's on the block.
But if he can get his way off, then it's like he's more dangerous. I would sprinkle a little bit of cash on Bowie Jane. If I had to put money on somebody that would like pay out well, I think Bowie Jane, because this week, despite how not good at the game she is, she's trying. And I think it may be a little too late.
I think she's always been trying, but
not well.
No one is giving her the break. Like she's like trapped under the ice and she's tapping a whole bunch and she's like swimming and she's like, "Hey, hello." No, that's British.
It's British, just like it's Australia. It's the British flag is in the top.
But
of the
no
Australian
one's like
flag.
cracking that ice for her to like come up on the surface. But she's trying. She's trying so hard.
Right. I think Cameron was kind of like the only person that really.
Yeah, but
did, but
also
not,
ship has sailed.
Yeah, that ship sailed. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like something about Bowie Jane is she's gonna make it pretty far.
Bean thinks final 3.
I could see Bowie in final 3.
I
could see it, and as the week has gone on, just the little conversations I've caught her in, like she's more aware of the game than we thought. Where I felt like she was just like, "Oh, I'm just gonna hang out here. That's not a knife over there.
That's your entrance word. Knife.
That's not a knife. That's a knife. Steve Irwin, am I right?" Like I thought she was just kind of doing that, but recently it seems like she's kind of playing, and like people aren't ever going to look at her as a threat.
She's always been playing.
I think she's really playing now.
I think she's clued in more. I think
She's
before
clued
she
in.
thought she was like riding easy street there, and she was like, "I found the alliance day 1. It's great. We're doing great. We're winning." And then boom, she was blindsided, and then boom, she was double blindsided.
We're like with Nicole. I feel like you're like
Nicole's. I feel like came in and was like, "I'm a coast.
I'm a chill," and like I think Nicole. It's like every time she gets in like a game talk like with Felicia, like, "Oh, is she gonna do something?" And Bowie, it's just like nobody wants to deal with her.
Yeah.
But Bowie wanted to do what Nicole didn't want to do.
Nicole has an introverted mindset. She's like, I'm not gonna raise any, like say enough or do anything that's gonna not bring anything to the table. Like I'm not gonna talk for the sake of talking. Bowie is someone who's like tried to be proactive, but is super annoying because she isn't besties with anyone. Like this is a very besties.
Clicky. It's a very clicky group.
And she didn't click. She was just a body and a number.
Bowie and Ovi would have been
that.
best friends in the house. Bowie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You gotta chew on the vowels.
Todd says say what you want, but she's gonna make the jury a 7 by almost nothing.
I
That's a great
think
point.
I said she would be first jury, and I didn't know how big the jury was, but so there's still a chance that I'm right.
Thomas says Bowie in the veto had me rolling. She looked like a newborn giraffe trying to. Well, we just got great wipeouts, and I feel like this show has gotten, if you want to say soft, I don't necessarily know if that's the word, where it's like, hey, let's just do all these on social situations instead of that stuff. But it's like I thought that would be like, let's not show concussions, but like Meg just wiping out and just eating it on Oteb and like all those other things. Like we got to see plenty of that tonight, and that was great. And that was just like what I thought. Like for an episode that didn't have a ton of stuff that was going on in it, and come shots.
That's what you were talking about. Hits in the face.
Well, no,
the slippery
just
substance.
Wipeouts. Most of it.
All right.
Wipeouts. Beans weighed in on our coaster strategy. He said coaster strategy includes players who often have little effects on the game or attach themselves to stronger players to the end. Floaters deliberately attempt to either play multiple sides of the house against each other or to remain in the middle of opposing alliances in order to strategically further themselves. I think they wouldn't.
Needs to be a T-shirt. The definition of floater and coaster, and then you can buy whichever T-shirt you feel like your strategy would be.
But I think a floater doesn't necessarily, they're not trying to put both sides of the house against each other. I think they are more so the second thing, where they're just remaining in the middle of opposite alliances, trying to further themselves, hoping that people just see like they're in the middle. They're not doing that. But nowadays you see people like, well, they're just trying to play both sides. Like Suri and Jared, like they have alliances with everybody. So that's kind of it. Did you see Julie Chinman Vez's new book? No, I saw she was on the Talk or something. Or not the Talk. She's on Watch What Happens Live, whatever the Andy Cohen thing is with Derek.
I've never seen an episode. Love the clips.
Yeah, same. I watched 1 second of an actual episode.
I did. I whispered it, so I didn't really say it. It didn't count.
But yeah.
Just like in Big Brother when you kiss with the lights out, it didn't count.
It doesn't count. Or if you're in the HOH room, nobody sees anything.
They don't even film it at night.
People forget that.
Fingergate.
I don't know. Back to did we go into veto comp at this point? We had the veto draw. We had Corey who had told told Cameron he would take him.
And Cam did a slow, soft talk. Hey, it looks like Corey decided he wasn't going to use me, and so my only hope is in America's hands. And
then America did pull Jag. But Jag had already been used as a house guest choice, so it was talking about why did she have to draw twice? I was like, well, because she drew Jag. Yeah. And then, there's a whole conspiracy thing I saw for a second on Sunday. I didn't believe any of it. I was like, I'm pretty sure Big Brother would not let you just draw Cam just to draw Cam.
Yeah.
But
this must happen often.
It probably does happen a lot, and we just don't hear people talking about it because
it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Because Comerica are just not on the line.
Right.
Our favorite couple is on the line.
That's pretty much what it is. And then Cam does get to go. Jared gave him that little side eye you saw before at the end of the draw ceremony. It's exactly like what Emma just did to me. And then you had the football comp. It was the slip and slide, but it was just a regularly timed one. I don't like that they don't show everybody's times.
I don't either, but I get why.
Time?
No.
Saves time?
No, because of how they did Matt in the beginning, and they were like, because they call attention to it. They sit down the 3 times, and it's like, really the Humiliverse or whatever verse we're in, the comedy. Wait, that's
Humiliverse, yeah.
Comic verse. But they keep saying have sit down the 3 times. And it's like, let us see it all. But it's because I bet next year we'll get all of them.
Probably.
Just because of the Matt situation.
That's a good point. It's not a good
point. It's sucky that they screwed him over. That
Jag
cover their butts.
Did have a very clear strategy that he stuck with. And it's like, and stuff like that, every season when you see that slip and slide competition, even though usually it's more of an endurance one, it's all about like, you just have to have whether it be like when you're going up and down the thing, you got to just have like, all right, I'm going to use this leg as my pushing leg. This leg is going to be the sliding leg. I've got to do that consistently. You got to create the little like path that you have where you can wear down whatever the slippery stuff is, and then you got to just be as consistent as you possibly can.
Classic case of, I don't know what happened with Bowie. I don't know what her time was, but it sounds like America and Corey overthought it, like, oh, I'm going to go here. But it was like so cute to see him run to something and then it stopped, and then they would run to something and then it would stop, and then they would run to the third one and they'd be like, ugh.
But Jag being like, well, it makes most sense for it to come down. When it pours down,
immediately,
you just
like
catch
the face
it.
shots, it was like, obviously, that's not what you're going to be catching.
It's going to spray out
There's going to
anyways.
be 3 of them that are like pouring heavy duty, And so like Jag caught on pretty quick. Cam memorized the pattern, which was like risky because it could take you a whole minute to memorize it, you know? And then I think Jared is just athletic and just kind of went with it. But I think Corey and America definitely overthought it and was like, I just need to get all the liquid I can. And then tried really hard.
Yeah. And then I didn't see it happen this time, and it was maybe because there's a bigger thing they had to pour from. But I always feel like when they have the endurance version of it, there's always somebody that it's so stupid to just like when they get to the end, they just try and slosh it out. It's like you just wasted all of the time you just took when you like Jag was like, I'm gonna pour it out smoothly and steadily, and it's like you have to make sure you get 100% in there.
Cameron was using the little ear holes on the helmet, which I thought was smart too, because that's a smaller like surface area to pour out of.
Yeah.
So takes.
And you get second.
Yeah.
So
it pays to have a good strategy.
It does, but it was just like immediately when you saw Jag doing that and Cameron, like you could just kind of tell like they had a way better strategy than everybody else. And sometimes it's like making a strategy, sticking to it, and it has to be the right strategy. Like you can do I'm going to try and memorize it, but it doesn't always pay out that way. And that was definitely the reason Jag won. Jag, comp beast.
Comp beast.
Comp beast Jag.
Officially
He then,
certified comp beast.
Takes.
Also, that should be a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Let's get a merch shop going.
We
Sound
should.
up in the comments if you would buy one.
Then he takes America off the block.
Woo!
And Corey off the block, my bad. Because it's Corey comes down, it's America and Cameron that are going to be sitting there tomorrow night on eviction night.
One more thing about Comerica. That both of them in the DRs, and I don't know if it was prompted, campaign against each other. You know, I think Corey's great. I really adore him, but it should be me that comes off the block, because if they didn't have that fight, I would not be on the block. And then Corey's like, I think I should be off the block because I picked Jag and blah, blah. And it was cute to like see him like still be so into each other, but like F him.
Right, which is good. That's good. That's going to be.
It is.
I mean, in a season that now has no Izzy, we need.
If they have to cut each other, they'll cut each other. And I'll like it.
I'll believe that when I see
Don't look
it.
at our room.
Oh, close the door.
Don't. It's almost over. Because do we have any spoilers? We haven't paid a lot of
There's
attention to feeds because we don't have Allison with us.
No, there's not really any spoilers. It does seem like there was a bit of a flip at one point, but I think that they were considering a flip at one point. We're not really gonna. There's
There's always a whiff of a flip.
There's always a whiff of a flip. I feel like it was
Hopefully
a way less whiff of a flip.
Fizzle flop.
A fizzle flop. Yeah, and that's gonna be the case. And I think Cameron goes home tomorrow. Then we get our double eviction. I want to go back to something that Bean had said earlier before we wrap this up. Because I was like, we should just run through a quick one tonight, and then tomorrow we got a bunch of double eviction to run through. I'm very excited about that. I will also be very disappointed in my football team, I'm sure, at this point.
Is that 7 o'clock? Oh, yeah.
So I'll be watching the Giants in the background, but like I don't expect much from them tomorrow. Bean said best/worst eviction possibility for tomorrow. I mean, obviously the worst case would be America first and then Corey second.
Yeah. Oh.
If that were to happen, I don't think that's the case, right?
Yeah, I don't even.
Best case,
I'm not ready for that.
Best case would be Cam and Jared.
Yeah.
Actually, I would rather,
You want Suri, don't you?
I just kind of want to see Jared in the house for a week without Suri.
I want to see what Suri can do without protecting her kid.
I think that would also be great too.
Yeah.
But for fun feeds, Jared would just walk around making up lies and not have anybody to back up his lies because he's just.
I would enjoy
digging that hole.
She's somebody they all look to, like the mama duck, and I'd love to see the rest of the house guests not have someone to look to and be like, how does this work? What do we do here? Pizza been pretty boring. That's good news. No news is good news.
But boring news, we don't have Izzy because I feel like that's why I miss Izzy. I know that it seemed like a good game,
but it was always a flip. Like we would be like, "Oh no, America's going right now. I don't want America to go."
And how many times were like this time
of
the week were you like, "I have no fucking clue where this is going."
It happened one time out of the 6 or whatever we're on.
Okay. Allison said her best would be Cam first, then Jared, Suri, or maybe even Matt. I mean, I think like if Suri,
I'm not ready to lose Matt.
If Suri doesn't win HOH tomorrow,
she won't,
and Jared does not win the veto, or Suri does not win the veto, if the Fields get skunked tomorrow night,
One of them goes.
one of them has to be gone, unless Blue wins, and then Suri still might be the one out.
I can see
'Cause
that.
I can see Blue winning, putting Suri up.
Blue has said it's too early for her to turn on them. So Blue will probably throw it. Allison says, worse America than Corey. Bowie or Felicia? I wouldn't mind if Bowie went, but it would feel like a waste.
Who would Suri pick
But
for
it
final
is
two?
going to be gut-wrenching because I never have ever experienced a good double eviction. I've always been heartbroken.
What was the one Steve did? Becky.
Oh, Becky.
And that was just kind of random. And
Becky
we were like,
and,
what? Why is Becky out?
Cabbage Patch. What was her name? Bridget?
Bridget. But she was first. Bridget went first.
Bridget went first. But at that time, I think I was on Team Frank.
Flank. Yeah, Frank.
It's either like my favorite Steve or it's like, okay, that happened. Bowie or Felicia would be a waste. Agreed.
But a lot of times that's just like, it ends up being a waste because you're like, I really have to show
No
my
one thought
hand
through,
here.
but Felicia has pegged it. So it is in everyone's mind that something's happening Thursday because they also like
We were watching a
Like-
little bit before the episode tonight, and they were
the
speculating what it
scary
could be.
verse.
They got teased,
They got
like
teased with
something has
something.
to happen tomorrow. So they were like, well, what kind of comp would it be? Is it like a luck comp? I feel like they're setting up something intricate. And they're like, well, remember when Felicia won? It was more just a luck-based comp, but it was an extravagant design. And it is kind of funny watching them like, we
Yeah. Felicia thinks it's a double for sure. So she's told a few people, so it's not in their heads. So everyone might be like working up on plans. So it should be a juicy double eviction. Although every week we've had, it's been meaty. It's been a meaty week. I mean, meaty season.
Gun to your head, though. You have to say who goes, like the two tomorrow. Is it Cameron and Jared?
I say Cameron first, and then America. Yeah, it's gonna break my heart.
Who's going to win?
I don't know, Jared.
Because I guess if
No,
Jared or
Jared
Suri
can't.
win,
Sorry.
and then they use it to take each other off the block, they're both safe. So you have to put either Corey or America up.
No, I just feel like I'm gonna get screwed, and I don't want America to go, and she's gonna go. It's like how you bet against the Giants.
Sometimes
'Cause
they don't
you'll-
do that all the time.
Okay, well sometimes you do, but you know
Well,
you
it's
you
not.
win either way, right? Like if you win, you win.
And if
But if you lose, you
then
win.
I bought the win.
So that's
for
how I
my
feel
team.
about my double eviction prediction.
If I lost, then it padded the
Mhm.
blow.
I'm just gonna call it and start my heartbreak now.
There you go.
We're losing a favorite tomorrow.
I hope not.
I hope.
I
not.
hope not. Otev and Zingbot should be coming soon, I would imagine.
I
But like
hope
we're
so.
not even halfway. Like we think tonight we're halfway. This is the halfway point of the show. So like she's manifesting. Well, how many wins has
so
she
good at it.
manifested this season?
I
so
don't even
far?
think she never manifests a win. She just manifests power, and
Yeah.
she gets it every time.
You need to get her next.
Yeah, she needs to go.
Yeah, they do. But I don't know what happened. It would be less fun.
It would be less fun.
But let us know what you guys think. We're at Pass the Gravy Bro on Twitter. I'm at Alex J Middleton on Twitter and Instagram. Emma is at Little EM Tweets. Allison is at Affable Allison on Twitter and at ALM7490. I'm typing it in. At Almar 7490. Almost nailed that.
Almost.
And give us all a follow on all of the socials.
I did see this.
Allison saying Blue said she'd have to nominate America. Yeah, I hope Blue doesn't win.
I hope Blue doesn't win. Because she's in a tough spot. And she even admitted, like, the way she said it. Sorry, we're breaking up the script of following.
No.
But she said, like, it's too soon to get rid of them. It's too soon to turn on them. And she would have to nominate them. So I feel like she will throw it. And that makes me happy.
That's good.
Because that causes less Kmart.
That's good.
Kmart, because I read Almar.
Allison is at Almar7490, ALMAR7490 on Instagram. On Twitter, she's at Affable Allison. I did almost do that all strictly from memory, so shout out to me. And then give us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever else you listen to podcasts. I'm sorry for yawning, Bean. That's why we're getting out of here.
We've
But
got no sleep this week.
we will have a full-on double eviction, awesome episode recap tomorrow. Maybe Allison, hopefully, will be back with us. And yeah, we'll have the gang back together once again.
Let's find Chris at some
We'll see what
point.
Chris
too.
is up to.
Yeah,
See what he's up to. He hasn't texted me back, so
maybe he's busy.
probably too busy for
New
us.
York Minute, man. Am I right?
There you go.
Because he's in. New
Oh
York.
yeah. No, that made sense. That made sense. I didn't put it together fast
You
enough.
guys see how he humored me though? That was sweet.
Give us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the audio version as well. If you're listening to us, make sure you go to our YouTube channel. We're almost at 100 subscribers.
Yeah.
That'd be sick if we get to 100.
Keep making this worth it.
Yeah, keep making it worth it. At Past Grade Bro, you guys have a great rest of your evening, a fantastic day tomorrow. It was Alex, Emma, Allison, Chris, and Pat was the other one. 7 o'clock episode Central Time tomorrow. So yeah, I guess like I love the 7 o'clock episode. It's so much easier
It is.
than 9 o'clock.
I gotta
That's
make
when
sure
we're
I
starting.
cook dinner earlier than 7.
Yeah.
Because usually Thursdays I'm like, yeah, I got time.
Who's putting me on slop? That's what you could do.
Mhm.
I wouldn't.
Although,
wanna do
yeah, I
that.
would love to be on slab. We would lose so much weight. Well, you don't
Um,
need to lose weight, but I do.
But yeah, you guys have a great night, and we are excited for tomorrow night's episode. We'll be back
Oh.
after the double eviction.
Numbies. Mention the numbies. You're always like, subscribe, get the numbies up.
Subscribe, get the numbers up. That's
Thank
what I
you.
said. I didn't say
Oh.
that earlier.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
we're almost at 100
I wasn't
subscribers, and then you were excited
And
about
that's my
it.
problem. I
You're good.
tune out when you start the script.
All
And then I have to recreate it on Wednesdays.
right, love you guys. Y'all are the best. Thanks for tuning in. Until we talk to y'all tomorrow night. Pass the gravy,
Big brother, it's big brother. It's my brother, it's your brother, it's our brother. It's his brother, it's her brother, it's their brother. On past the gravy, bro.